Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
Well, we are getting on. We're getting on with everything.
We
Right.
certainly
So
are.
so another week, some more news. Let's see what we can chat about this week. So we are going to be reading a summary of articles that we have found, and then we'll expand a little bit about that in our on our own opinion. And we'll also include the links in the newsletter and blog post that will be going out on our website and our LinkedIn page. Okay, so South African economy shows a modest growth in Q4 of 2024. In the fourth quarter of 2024, South Africa's economy experienced a 0.6 GDP growth, primarily driven by a substantial 17.2% increase in the agricultural sector. This surge is attributed to heightened activity in field crops and animal products. However, other sectors like manufacturing, mining, and construction faced declines, resulting in an overall annual GDP growth of 0.6 for 2024. So to add on to that, there's another article. That first one was in Reuters, the second one in Farmers Weekly. In 2024, South African agricultural sector achieved a record export value of 13.7 billion US dollars, approximately 255 billion rand, making a 3% increase from the previous year, which is
So
fantastic
that's
news.
very cool because if you look at the two articles, the first one, it's talking about an increase of 0.6% GDP growth. But look, which sector is the hero of the day? It is
Again,
the agricultural sector. Again, substantial 17.2% increase in the entire agricultural sector. So then you take it down and you look at the agricultural exports, and you see that the agricultural exports have grown again, marking a 3% increase from the previous year. So, it just shows you that the South African agricultural sector is really very important to our economy. I mean, imagine if the agricultural sector didn't have that 17.2% increase, where would our growth be then? Probably
well, apart from the growth,
non-existent.
where would the food be? And where would all those people working in the sector be working? Because if the sector is growing, it means there's more jobs and there's more food on our tables.
For sure.
Although it's still bloody expensive.
That it is. But then you look again and you see the agricultural sector, the exports have increased again. And,
Yep.
if it's increasing to that extent, it's good news for all of us. So
Yes.
that's really good to know.
Right. Then on Fresh Fruit Portal, there's an article: positive outlook for apple and pear industry. South African apple and pear industry but anticipates a promising 2025 season. Favorable climatic conditions, such as cooler nights, have contributed to increased pear exports and production. For apples, the growth is driven by new orchards maturing, improved weather, and the adoption of high-yielding varieties. So, just to add on to that, we are now in March. We have not had a single drop of rain probably since November, late October, early November.
Which is ideal in a Mediterranean climate. That is what every fruit farmer in the Western Cape, and we need to mention that we are in the Western Cape, which is
Yeah.
Has a Mediterranean climate. So we've had to now, the 6th of March, the best possible outcome as far as the climate goes for fruit producers. This year, no one can complain to date about having their fruit spoilt by rain, so which is very
Yes,
good news.
and for the apple growing areas, which is to the Witzenberg area, which often gets thunderstorms this time of the year, and thunderstorms normally goes apart with hail. So I know the
Yes.
previous 2 years that they've had a lot of hail damage. This year, it's just been fantastic weather. But coupled to that is like it says, cooler nights. We've not
Mm.
had any of those blistering hot nights we had to almost lay under a sprinkler to cool down. It's just been
Yeah.
nice.
It's been an incredible, January or February, and it's looked good. And something else I want to add here. It says here, the growth is driven by new orchards maturing. So in other words, there's confidence in the sector, and people have been planting new orchards, which are now maturing, and the adoption of high-yielding varieties. So research and development and improved varieties and confidence in the apple and pear sector is coming to fruition.
Yeah,
which is
and
exciting.
on that subject of new varieties, we've got the Joya apples that went to Thailand like 2-3 weeks ago for the first time in a long time. That, from what I understand, the market was open, then it was closed, and now it's open again. Am I correct in saying that?
I think it was open, and if I remember correctly, it said 16 years ago.
Yes.
These are the first apples going to the market in 16 years, which is great. And then there is some very good news that came through today, which is the Philippines green light South African table grape exports.
Yes.
Which is very good news, and that is another market that is opening for South African produce. So it looks like the hard work that the industries and our government has been putting into open markets is coming to fruition as well.
Yes, and on the press release I saw on the Department of Agriculture's LinkedIn page today, I think they've been trying to get the market to the Philippines open for the last 15 years.
Yes, this here it says, this is the article in Eurofruit, published today. We'll put it in the link. It says South Africa secured market access to export fresh table grapes to the Philippines after 10 years of negotiation. Agricultural Minister John Steenhuisen says the achievement marks a significant milestone in the country's agricultural sector, further boosting its economic growth. So there's a lot of good news.
Yes, and coupled with the fantastic news of all these beautiful markets opening up and the fantastic weather that we've had very, very little news about the ports so far this year. So it's and our ears are very close to the ground. From the little bit of buzz that we've heard, it's been a fantastic season so far. There's been very little news of the ports. We've had fantastic weather, quality, everything seems to be incredible. But as usual, that sneaky little four-letter word that snuck in here at the end of the table grape season, that
Port.
there is a port, yes.
Yes.
That four-letter word. So there
Not
is
the rain. That's also a four-letter word.
Yes, but rain has got acronyms like rainstorm, thunder, rain.
Yeah.
Port is just, there's other four-letter word that normally goes in front of a four-letter word with the ing at the end. But anyway, so there is a bit of delays at the moment, and the early citrus is coming through. The lemons is getting harvested. So issues with delays in the port, especially on citrus and lemons, is that lemons don't like to be too cold for too long. So
we live in hope that our ports will increase their productivity and the things will get better in the ports. But as far as production goes and market access, it's sounding very good.
Yes, there was public-private participation happening in the Port of Cape Town, where additional container plug points were installed by private entities, and it was allowed. So yes, there's
things are happening.
Some shaking going on, not a lot of moving.
Well, and looking ahead for us, the Lucent Lands team.
Before we go there, the last thing that we had the wine industry, which we don't often talk about, but we do support them.
Someone has to.
South African wine industry is undergoing a transformation, with new generation of winemakers focusing on quality and sustainability. Despite past challenges, including overproduction and international boycotts, the industry is gaining global recognition for its diverse and high-quality wines. We've always known that South Africa's got some of the very best wines. Last week, during the Farmer of the Year visits, the agricultural writers, of which I'm one of the, what's the bestuur? What's
You're on
bestuur?
you're on the management committee.
Yeah, that's the thing. We visited SA Wine in Paarl, and there was a very interesting panel discussion by the staff of the SA Wine, including the CEO.
And Vinpro.
And Vinpro, yes, which was very, very interesting. They've got some really cool stuff. And one of the interesting things that they spoke about is new cultivars that they are busy developing. That is more resilient, more sustainable, all of these things. So it was very interesting.
A bunch of incredibly good news from all different parts of the wine industry. And it's something we really should go and investigate a bit more. That is our plan. So we'll be looking into the wine industry a little bit more. It's not something that we normally get involved in, but they were gracious and they invited us, and we had a wonderful time with Vinpro and Wine of South Africa, SA Wine. And we will certainly we'll be looking into that again. And yes, best of luck to them for the new season. Things seem to be going a lot better in the wine industry as well.
Yeah, well, the interesting question that Rico Basson asked, and we've previously done a podcast with him, which we'll link in here, is that where's the Western Cape's biggest export market for their wine? And everybody said China and America and Europe. It's Gauteng. That is Western Cape's biggest market is in our country.
In fact, we export the most stuff to a domestic destination. And I mean, that's also good news. It also means that people drinking wine, the profile of people drinking wine is also broadening within our country, which is good news.
I wouldn't normally say, look, if you look at the rest of the world, everything is, especially in the younger generation, they are not what it used to be when we were young. They are not drinking as much as they used to. So it's a worldwide trend, and it's been reported on quite extensively, especially in California and Australia, where wineries are having a tough time.
Yeah, no, this is true. It is undeniable. Well,
so if our stuff is doing good, then fantastic.
Excellent. No, it's very good news. And to hear so much good stuff, exciting stuff, new things, research and development, sustainability, so much good stuff. We'll definitely we'll be looking into that some more.
Yes.
And looking ahead, we have a very exciting week lined up next week. As I mentioned, I was on my way to mentioning that earlier, and then I was shooting the gun a little bit. But we are off to the Citrus Summit next week.
Yes.
In Port Elizabeth, or as it's been renamed. Devil, can you hazard the pronunciation of Port Elizabeth's new name?
How did somebody say it's an alphabetical soup? It's Kebega.
There's a in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Close enough. It's very exciting. We are going to be joining the citrus industry at the Citrus Summit, and really looking forward to some amazing guest speakers. And we're hoping to secure some exciting podcasts with them.
Yes, and if you do see us, please come and say hello. If we do not recognize you, we apologize in advance. But yeah, please come say hello to us.
Yes, please come and say hello to us. We're very friendly, and we look forward to hearing from you. So thank you very much, and we'll keep in touch.
Right. Chat soon.
Chat soon.
Bye.